The NFL offseason is known to be wild and bold.
Huge breaking news in the NFL. The Los Angeles Rams have acquired Myles Garrett in a trade with the Cleveland Browns.
As we see teams make stunning moves, we're going to grade the boldest and wildest offseason moves and give our 5 cents on them. The Rams trading for Myles Garrett, A+. The Los Angeles Rams traded Jared Verse and a few draft picks for Myles Garrett, and this was a move that nobody saw coming. Garrett brings elite defensive prowess to this team's pass rush. Not to mention, being on the Rams is the best opportunity that Garrett has to potentially win a Super Bowl. The Cleveland Browns are getting Jared Verse in return, who's a proven Pro Bowler and a guy who should fill Garrett's shoes nicely in Cleveland. Not to mention the 3 draft picks from the Rams, making this trade a win for both sides. The Patriots trading for A.J. Brown, A-. Brown joins a young and upcoming New England Patriots team coming off a Super Bowl 60 appearance, providing Drake May an elusive game-changing wideout who can catch deep passes when it matters most, all while the Eagles shed his expensive contract and recoup a couple of premium draft picks in return. The lone concern about Brown on the Patriots is that he has a history of injuries, including a degenerative knee issue that he dealt with while on the Philadelphia Eagles. However, he's done a very good job managing the situation. Brown also reunites with head coach Mike Vrabel, who was the Tennessee Titans head coach who oversaw Brown's development with the team before he was traded to the Eagles in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Broncos trading for Jaylen Waddle, A-. Acquiring Waddle via trade from the Miami Dolphins may have cost the Broncos a first-round pick in 2026, but they're receiving an incredibly talented Pro Bowler for Bo Nix to throw passes to. Waddle's speed also complements Courtland Sutton's skill set in the passing attack, making for an explosive offense to watch in the upcoming season. On top of that, having Waddle on the team increases the Broncos' championship window in a very competitive AFC West that also has the Los Angeles Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs, who are gonna make some noise as well. The Bengals trading for Dexter Lawrence, A. The Cincinnati Bengals stunned the NFL world before the 2026 draft, trading away their first-round pick for Lawrence, who provides the team's defense with interior strength that'll free up the edge rushers, making for a threatening Bengals defense. We have a feeling that Lawrence is going to shine with the Bengals this upcoming season and increase his statistical numbers with the franchise under defensive coordinator Al Golden's watch. The Eagles drafting Makai Lemon, B+. The Philadelphia Eagles made a bold move during the 2026 draft by moving up to the 20th pick and drafting Lemon while he was on the phone with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lemon brings a reliable pro-level skill set, who's brilliant in the middle of the field and after the catch. Not to mention, he has great blocking abilities, acting as an asset on the perimeter as opposed to a liability in the run game. Even though Lemon isn't great at press coverage situations, he should form incredible on-field chemistry with Jalen Hurts when it's time to kick off. The Colts extending Daniel Jones, C. Although Jones performed well in the 2025 regular season before he suffered his Achilles injury in Week 14 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, this 2-year, $88 million extension is kind of risky due to Jones' injury history and the pressure of performing at an elite level for his 2nd straight season. On the upside, the short extension protects the Colts from a long-term financial bloat that would cost them down the road. He has proven experience with head coach Shane Steichen, along with Alec Pierce and Josh Downs. Jones should return to playing effective football when the regular season kicks off. The Bengals signing Boye Mafe, B+. Although the Cincinnati Bengals weren't able to keep Trey Hendrickson, they signed Mafe to a 3-year, $60 million deal as he brings an elite championship presence to the team's defense. So with Mafe in the mix, the Bengals are hoping that he can replicate Hendrickson's production during 2026, even though he only had 2 sacks in 2025. Mafe should excel in defensive coordinator Al Golden's system and fit in quite nicely with Dexter Lawrence, B.J. Hill, and Myles Murphy. The Browns overhauling their offensive line, B. The Browns signed Elgton Jenkins and Zion Johnson, traded for Titus Howard, and drafted Spencer Fano, Austin Barber, and Parker Brailsford. The Browns' current offensive line should provide whoever they have as their starting quarterback the protection that he needs to be competitive comfortably. The Dolphins signing Malik Willis, C. The Miami Dolphins overhauled their roster, released Tua Tagovailoa, and will take on a dead cap hit of $99 million, the largest in league history. The Dolphins signed Malik Willis to a 3-year, $67.5 million deal, even though he has a limited track record as a starter, as he went 2-1 with the Packers for 2 seasons and threw 6 touchdowns against no interceptions with them. The upside is that Willis's deal is more cap-friendly, as he has $45 million in guaranteed money, and he's shown flashes of success in his brief time on the field with the Packers, showcasing a strong arm and an elusive rushing element. The Vikings signing Kyler Murray, B-. Murray signed a one-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings with the hope that he could revive his career as a starter in the league. But he's going to have to compete for the starting job against J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings get a veteran quarterback for a bargain deal. Head coach Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback guru who can get the best out of the quarterbacks on his roster. So, if Murray does win the starting job, he should be in a pretty good spot, as he has a more talented cast of offensive weapons to work with in Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones. The Rams trading for Trent McDuffie, A-. After the Seattle Seahawks won Super Bowl 60, the Los Angeles Rams quickly got to work and traded for McDuffie, whose impact immediately upgrades the Rams secondary with his championship caliber play and elite pass coverage. McDuffie also reunites with his former college coach Jimmy Lake, who is the Rams defensive backs coach. This move right here really extends the team's championship window. The Rams signing Jaylen Watson, A-. Staying on the Rams also signed Watson, who will help make the Rams secondary more formidable, along with his former Kansas City Chiefs teammate Trent McDuffie. Watson is 6'2" and brings much needed size to the secondary. This guy is a proven playmaker who has championship experience. The Texans trading for David Montgomery, C+. Trading for Montgomery shook the NFL world up, as the Houston Texans acquired a guy with fresh legs and is a seriously tough runner with 2 1,000-yard seasons on the ground. The only concern the Texans have with Montgomery in the fold is just how shaky the offensive line has been, and the team traded away Titus Howard and Juice Scruggs. Not to mention, Montgomery is 29, which is near the declining years for most running backs. This trade is a risk for the Texans, but there is a bit more upside to it, as the team gets a healthier runner. The Raiders signing Tyler Linderbaum, A-. The Las Vegas Raiders offensive line was a mess in 2025, so the Raiders addressed that by signing center Tyler Linderbaum to a 3-year, $81 million deal, giving either Kirk Cousins or Fernando Mendoza some much-needed protection in the interior during this upcoming season. Linderbaum also made 3 Pro Bowls during his time at the Ravens and is very likely going to be the leader of the Raiders offensive line moving forward. He is incredibly durable and can handle the toughest defensive lines that will be thrown at him. The Raiders signing Kirk Cousins, B. After a short tenure with the Atlanta Falcons that delivered mixed results, Cousins signed a massive 5-year, $172 million deal with $20 million being guaranteed with the Silver and Black. Cousins gets to be a bridge starter, while Fernando Mendoza observes and learns from a proven veteran quarterback. Cousins also spent 3 seasons with Clint Kubiak when he was the quarterback's coach and offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings from 2019 to 2021, thus giving him a coach who knows his strengths and what he's good at for this upcoming season. The Ravens signing Trey Hendrickson, A-. After the Max Crosby trade flopped, the Baltimore Ravens made a massive free agency splash, signing edge rusher Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $112 million deal. With that, they bring an elite finisher to the Ravens. Even though Hendrickson is injury-prone at times, he brings high pressure rates against opposing offenses. He had back-to-back 17.5 sack seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he has a lot of motivation for a fresh start in head coach Jesse Minter's and defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver's systems for this upcoming season. The Giants hiring John Harbaugh, A+. One of the more intriguing and impressive moves during the NFL offseason was the New York Giants hiring Jon Harbaugh to be their next head coach, as he brings championship experience, over 180 regular season wins, and brought an elite staff with him. Not to mention the plethora of talent that signed with the G-Men: Isaiah Likely, Darnell Mooney, Patrick Ricard, Jason Pinnock, and many others. All these guys and more ready to roll to help reshape the Giants for this upcoming season. The Ravens hiring Jesse Minter, A. Minter had some experience with the Ravens from 2017 to 2020 when he was the team's defensive assistant defensive backs coach, and the defensive backs coach. On top of that, Minter has an impressive track record of transforming average defenses into powerhouses, kind of like he did when he was the Chargers defensive coordinator, helping to transform them into a top 5 powerhouse. So yeah, we can't wait to see what Minter does with the Ravens during the regular season. The Jets trading for Geno Smith, C. After a disastrous season in Sin City, the Las Vegas Raiders traded Geno Smith back to the New York Jets for next to nothing, reuniting him with the team that drafted him back in 2013. Smith is not the long-term quarterback solution that the team wanted, but he does provide a veteran presence and experience at the position, which is perfect for Jets offensive coordinator Frank Reich. On top of that, Smith should work pretty nicely with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and the newly drafted Omar Cooper Jr. and Kenyon Sadiq. The Chiefs signing Kenneth Walker III, B+. After the Kansas City Chiefs released Isaiah Pacheco, they upgraded their backfield by signing Super Bowl 60 MVP Kenneth Walker III to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Walker is incredibly explosive as a runner, so the Chiefs gain a nice insurance policy while Patrick Mahomes recovers from his ACL injury, and he gives the team some championship experience. You know, not that they really need anymore. The only downside is Walker III isn't known as a receiving back, meaning the Chiefs will have to rely on a secondary or third down back in order to make receiving plays. But hey, what do you think was the boldest move of the offseason? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.